Hello, my name is Jamie and I want to welcome you back to my channel where we review, demo, and discuss makeup and give commentary on the beauty community as a whole. So today I am going to be doing a video based off of one of my subscriber suggestions. My subscriber Jenny Rose has suggested that I do a makeup look that was inspired by a favorite television show or movie. And I was racking my brain thinking, okay, what show or movie would I want to do a look based off of? I'm not sure. Then I was like, you know what? The Olympics have just started and I am just so inspired by the USA Gymnastics Team. I figured, why don't I do a look based off of their uniforms? And so here is a picture of Simone Biles. I am just so excited to see her perform this year. And I figure, you know what? She inspires me. Let's do it. As you can see in the leotard, it's mostly like a cobalt blue with red stars and splashes of gold and a tiny bit of silver. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing for my look today. I'm going to be taking the Morphe E22 brush. This is kind of like a fluffier blending brush. And I'm going to start off using the Carnival XL palette by Bperfect Cosmetics. And I'm going to start with the shade Inferno. See that right here? And I'm going to go into the crease with that color. And I'm just lightly going into the crease. It's going to start off a little messy, but I'm going to clean it up as I go. So how are you guys doing? I hope all is doing well. I have been doing pretty well myself. Health-wise, I'm doing better. I'm actually able to eat now. Not like a normal human being and not like I was able to eat before, but I'm able to do more than what I was, where I was down to like almost all liquids. So my next goal is to stop losing weight and even try to gain a little bit of it back. But I guess I have to take it like one step at a time. You know what I mean? I can't rush things. I'm just so happy that I don't feel horrible like all of the time. So that alone is like a major blessing. I have not played with this palette in like such a long time. I forgot like how incredibly pigmented it is. Like, oh my goodness. And I just tapped my brush into the shade here. So are you guys going to be watching the Olympics this year? I had like such like mixed feelings about it. Like I was super excited for the Olympics, especially because it was going to be held in Tokyo, and like I was super excited to see the opening ceremony and all that type of thing. But then with COVID and not having any spectators, it's like I knew it just wouldn't be the same. So part of me is like they should have just postponed it like another year. That way you would be able to have spectators, you'd be able to have all the pomp and circumstance, like all that other cool stuff, as opposed to just forcing it now, where like there's so many athletes who unfortunately are not able to compete because they caught COVID and they were probably asymptomatic. It's like, it's really, really tragic because for some of these people, it's like their one and only chance to be in the Olympics. But, you know, they say the show must go on, so that's how it's going to be, you know. Okay, I'm going to be taking an eye shading blush by Lavish Cosmetics, and I'm going to be dipping into the shade, let's see if I can show it. It's Black Chat right here. And for this, I'm going to be going all over the lid with it. I feel bad for all the people who like bought tickets to go. Like I have a friend of mine who bought tickets to go to Japan to see the Olympics like years and years and years in advance. You know, I'm going to switch out this brush for one of my Lunar Beauty brushes. I'm going in with a Lunar Beauty LBE3 brush. And I'm just lightly building this up. This is going to be like a pretty out there look. Like I wasn't sure like what I wanted to do for the look. Like I knew what colors I wanted to kind of go with, but I wasn't sure what kind of like overall shadow look I wanted to do. So I was like, let me just do something that's like really, really fun and experimental. So I have not practiced this first, so it may turn out great. It may turn out like a hot holy mess. I don't know, but you'll be here with me to see the adventure. I may actually turn this into like a series I do at the channel because I think it would be fun to just do looks based off of different TV shows or movies or like even like video games. Like I'm a casual gamer, so like I'm into Minecraft, and I just beat Zelda Breath of the Wild recently, so which is nice because it's a hobby that I can share with my husband and kids that we could all enjoy together. But I would love to do some looks based off of those, like games. As far as TV shows go, because I like bright and colorful eyeshadow looks, I would see myself doing looks based off of animated shows. Like the first one that comes to my mind is Sailor Moon. I could even maybe use my Sailor Moon palette by ColourPop because I haven't played with that in, gosh, a long, long time. And it was like one of my favorite shows of all time. Oh man, I really like how that shimmer, you see that shine that it gives? I'm going to take a really large fluffy brush. This is the LBE1 brush, just to diffuse this red. I'm going to soften up that edge. And just so you guys know, I primed my eyes with the Bperfect Cosmetics Clean Canvas. Excellent, excellent primer. A teeny tiny bit goes such a long way with it, but I really like it. I use the shade White with that. And like I said, this is just a big old experiment. I don't know how this look is going to turn out, but I hope it's at least fun, you know, and I hope it's fun for you guys to watch. Even if it is a fail, then you'll get to be entertained by watching somebody's horrible makeup application. All right, and on the brow bone, I'm gonna go in with a gold shade. I'm trying to, like, this shade Inferno has a lot of kickback to it, and I'm trying to avoid having it dump like all over my desk tray. But for the gold, I'm gonna go in with, you know what, I may use one of these highlighter shades that's on the top here. I'm gonna go with Fair Play, which is the top one. It's kind of like a champagne-y gold, and I think I may dip into Gold Luxe. Like I'll kind of go back and forth with it. This is the Morphe E17 brush, and I'm just gonna swirl. I'm going back and forth between the two highlighter shades, and just tap off a little bit of the excess so we don't have too much. And I'm just gonna go right along the brow bone here. Oh, that works out nice. That's good. Just really want to punch it up. I don't know if you guys could see that gold kind of pop in there. So now that I have those shades down, let's see. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to go, should I carry that blue all the way over? Or should I stop there and go in with more gold? You know what? The majority of the uniform is blue. So I'm going to take that shade all the way over. And I'm going to go in with a smaller brush and take it down close to the corner. And what I'll do is I'm going to add like gold like to the middle, like almost like a halo eye effect. All right, I'm going back in with Back Chat. And the inner corner, I'm gonna do everything except the inner corner. I'm gonna leave that open for, that's where I'm gonna put the pop of silver. And I'm kind of like, I'm swiping, but I'm more like pressing the pigment in. I'm kind of like bouncing around topics here, but do any of you guys follow like drama channels or like tea channels? If so, which ones do you guys follow? I've recently gotten into Peter Mon, if you're not familiar. He's so, I mean, he's a lot to take in. Like, it's like the first time I watched his channel, I was like, he is like way too much. Like, he's extremely flamboyant. But I actually grew to really like and appreciate it. He has like something like 6 YouTube channels. It's like, how do you have the time? Like for me, just keeping up with the one, you know, is like, takes a lot of effort. That's 6. It's like, he must be like working at it like all day. And he posts on them like regularly as far as I'm aware. But I follow him, and I think you guys heard me talk about Smoky Glow before. Nick Steiner, Dustin Daly, Petty Page. And the latest thing have been talking about was Gabby Hanna, which I'm like, God, is that woman insufferable, I guess is the term that I want to use. Is just, she is just so angry and so bitter that, you know, she's doing like this whole series that was supposed to be about like her journey with ADHD. At least that's what she initially said it was going to be. But really it turned into, here's a list to everybody who I think wronged me in my life. And this is why they were wrong and I'm right. And half the time, like her own videos don't even make her look good. Like they don't, it's not like a case where they're like, oh, wow, I really see your point. It's like, no, like you were still a jerk. I was never a Gabby Hanna fan, but after that, I was like, I will never be a Gabby Hanna fan. I can't deal with that. No. And the whole situation with her and Jessie Smiles, where she keeps talking about Jessie Smiles' sexual assault trauma because they used to be best friends, and she doesn't like the fact that like they made videos back and forth about each other after they had a falling out with their friendship. But Gabby Hanna spoke, like even though they were ex-best friends, she actually spoke with the man who raped her, who raped Jessie Smiles, right? To get his side of the story. Now, this is after, I believe he was convicted. So it ain't like maybe no, like this is a convicted, and like, well, I just wanted to hear him out. Like, girl, what is there to hear out? Like, he raped somebody who was formerly your best friend. But the other problem is that Gabby Hanna keeps bringing it up and talking about it. And it's like, why are you talking about somebody else's trauma? Like, you are not the victim in this. Like, you're just not. Oh, I'm liking how this is turning out. Okay. All right. So I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to go in. I don't know if I want to, I'm going to try the shade Fortune. Sorry, I have like a can that was like holding up like the mirror of my palette. Okay, so see this gold shade right here, Fortune, is what I'm going to be dipping into next. But it's like, and she was like trying to extort her, and oh, it was a whole entire mess. And I'm just like, girl, like, you need to go get your life together or something. And like, she's blaming like a lot of her behaviors where she was acting like a jerk on her ADHD. And a lot of people who suffer, you know, I don't even use the word suffer, people who live with the condition, right, are like, listen, I live with the condition and I ain't never act like that. Like, I've never acted like that in my life. Like, please stop making us all look bad to use this to justify you being a jerk. What do you guys think? I don't know if I like that as much. I have to do the same thing on the other side. But I may cover it up again with more blue because I don't know if I like that. I don't think I like that. I'm going to cover that up with more blue. But yeah, that's been like the latest drama. It kind of chilled out a little bit because eventually what happened was, oh, and I'm going to, just so you guys know, let me look at the next brush I want to do. I'm going in with the LBE5 brush. It's like a flat brush here. Eventually, so she did a whole, you know, video about all these videos about these people, right? People with ADHD are like, I never acted like that. So please stop insinuating that like literally everything is because of your ADHD. Like sometimes you're just you're just a jerk. ADHD may explain some of it, but like having ADHD does not make you an inherently mean-spirited person. It doesn't make you want to extort other people. But after Jessie Smiles, she came out with a video basically explaining everything about why, you know, all of this whole situation is so incredibly messed up and what she had been dealing with for years and years and years with Gabby Hanna. After that, Gabby Hanna's like, well, I'm gonna just, for the rest of my series, I'm gonna still come out with my series, but I'm gonna be staying offline because I don't like how I'm behaving when I'm online or whatever. I'm becoming somebody that I don't want to be. Which is like, girl, you need to step away. Sometimes you just need to step away from the camera and just do some self-reflection, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to be going in to the Lunar Beauty, Eternal Eclipse Palette. And I'm going to go in with the shade Adamantium. And this is going to be the silver that's represented in the uniform. And I'm going to be using the LBE6 brush. And this is going to go into the inner corner. Like, this silver is powerful as hell. Like, look at that. Ooh, lordy. You can see it from space. And of course, they've been talking about the whole James Charles saga, which, okay, all right. James Charles needs to get his entire life together. And I've spoken on his channel briefly about him before, about how he got in trouble for DMing underage boys and sending them illegally inappropriate pictures, right? And then tell me why he takes his time for self-reflection or, you know, whatever I'm going to take some time to work on myself, I think is what he said, right? When he came back, one of the first things he does is go on an Instagram story and talk about how he wants people to message him so that they could possibly get hired to make his thumbnail. So he's inviting fans to go back into his DMs, which, you know, that's kind of what got your ass in trouble to begin with, right? And then he's going to go back at it again. Then he's going to take another picture saying that he's a Twitch streamer. I think this, I don't know what the kid was streaming. I think was it Minecraft? But at any rate, he said, I'm just sitting here being entertained. And it was like of a minor, like a minor. What? Why? You know, like not. And maybe it was innocent, maybe it wasn't, but people need to realize not single thing you do needs to be on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a bad choice. So, you know, people are like, you got in trouble for sending inappropriate messages to minors, and the first thing you do is invite people to the DMs and then post a picture with you being quote unquote entertained by a 17-year-old. Get your life together. It's really, I laugh, but it's really not funny. Like, I don't know what he did for that self-reflection, but he needs to go back and do a little bit more. Okay, let's see if I'm done here for now. I think I am. So for now, so what I'm going to do is my foundation and blush and all that type of stuff. And then I'll be back to finish the bottom of my eyes. Okay. See you in a second. Okay. And I am back. So on my eyes, while I was away, I used eyeliner. So this is by Koki Professional Cosmetics, the Precise Long Wear Liquid Eyeliner. So I did that on the top of my eye. And then on the waterline, I used the LA Girl Glide Gel Eyeliner. And this is in the color, let's see if it'll say, in the color Royal Blue. So you can see that there. All right, so now to finish up the eye, I'm going to go back in with the red shade that I've been using and go dust that underneath my eyelid. And let's see. I'm just going to take this liner brush. I'm going to tap that here. Okay, just hit that and do the same on the other side. And let's see, I was debating about whether I want to smoke it out or not, but I think I kind of like it like this. I like kind of how it's bold like that. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, on the lips, I used one of the lip glosses from the Smoky Glow collection by Midas Cosmetics. I don't remember what the name of the shade was, but it was the red shade. I think it was discontinued, which is why I didn't show you guys. All right, so I got that. And now I'm going to use the Lash Princess mascara on my eyelashes. I think I'm just going to go with mascara today instead of my falsies. Just go in, wiggle, and turn just to coat the lashes. I'm telling you guys, this is the best drugstore mascara money can buy. An absolute cult classic. All right, and then I'm just lightly going to go over my bottom lashes just to coat them so they show up. Okay, perfect. Now, so what do you guys think? Here's the comparison. And here's just so you guys see what the final look is. This was fun. This was fun. The look came out pretty good for me not going in with a plan. I am happy with it. So with that being said, I thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you guys get to enjoy the rest of the Olympic season. I know I will. And in between your viewing of the games, check out other videos on my channel, okay? I thank you so much. And if you did enjoy what you saw today, please hit the like button. It helps me more than you know. And subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can be notified of every single time I upload. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.